The B-Nation Podcast. The B-Nation Podcast, Miguel Tello.
114 episodes, more than 150 hours of content, and 224 music guests. This is a story so far of the B-Nation Podcast, a show that started without being planned on the very first day of the pandemic. The show was meant to be a spin-off of the app The B-Nation that represents all the artists that they want to be part of the nation, all the artists that they bring the best new music from around the world. Never in our best dreams we thought that this show would be a success. We have so many new listeners that they are starting to catch up on the B-Nation Podcast. For that reason, we decided to do a 5-episode special called Wrap Up, where we are going to do a recap of all the highlights that we had so far over the last 8 seasons. This is the B-Nation Podcast. I am Miguel Tello, and we are presenting you our episode 7. This one is called Wrap Up Episode 2, and let me give you a huge welcome to another episode of the B-Nation Podcast, where we are bringing you the best new music from around the world. After finishing our relationship with Spotify, Season 3 was the beginning of a new era, where our main goal was to come back to the basics, with a black and white theme and a special rendition to the vinyl. Season 3 brought you 14 episodes and 27 incredible guests, like Mike Taylor, Sachi Sen, Steph, Jazz Peak, Low Deep T, Ella J, Jazz Side Kicks, Gabriel Moreno, Ida Jazz, Oli Davis, Georgia Maria, Bois, Tors, L, Frankie, Forms, Dominic Wright, Brandon Mick, Matt Hall, Rudy Toussaint, Ryan Mack, Charmaine, Kia, Alice Blake, Max Park, and the last 2 that they are the ones that we are going to remember on this wrap-up episode of the B-Nation Podcast. On the second episode of this season, we had the honor of meeting someone who captivated us with his talent, music, and his incredible heart. Tom Featherstone came to the show to introduce his song Alright, and he explained us that he was donating all the profits that he was getting from the track to a charity in Sheffield here in the UK that brings meals to all these families that they have been affected by the pandemic. I didn't want that interview to finish there, and months later he became our friend and colleague, and also had the privilege to co-host during one whole season backstage of the B-Nation Podcast. Let's remember the best moments of our first meet with our friend Tom Featherstone. In the show that we have an artist of the week like this week, and today we are receiving the incredible Tom Featherstone. How are you, Tom?
Hey man, yeah, I'm good. How you doing?
Thank you so much for being on the show today, and it's a pleasure obviously to talk to you. So Tom, we just want to discover more about you, just because we started to play the new version that you did for a ride, a few weeks ago, and now obviously we just want to discover more about yourself, about your music, for whoever doesn't know more about yourself. Let me tell you a little bit. Let me ask you one thing. Your influences, one of your favorite artists is John Mayer. Is that correct?
That is true. Yeah, that's true.
Yes. So it's actually your biggest musical influence, right?
Yeah, I'd say so for sure. Yeah, definitely, man. Since I started writing, it's always been kind of influenced by him initially. Right.
Are you a bigger fan?
Yeah, not as much recently, but it's always the start of everything I've done in music has been from just getting into a lot of his live albums.
Oh, that's nice. All right, Tom, you are actually from Sheffield, right?
I'm based in Sheffield. I'm actually from South London, and I live in Sheffield now. So I'm studying music, and my band's up here, and this is where we're making home for the next few years.
All right. So, how do you find it so far?
Yeah, good, man. We're going into third year now, and with COVID and everything, and just kind of reworking out what university is like. But I've loved it, man. It's such a good music kind of community, and the musicians and people around me up here are just so great, and it just makes you want to carry on creating,
Awesome. Can I ask what degree are you studying?
So I'm doing a music degree. So just everything I do at the moment is just music.
Oh, okay. That's because I'm actually I did a lot of as well about music industry as well, and I know what it is, that type of degree. So good luck for the third year, just because, you know, it's actually the biggest one. And I feel like, especially with what happened right now, you know, like being adapted to in university is just like, it's like a challenge, I guess, right?
For sure.
Right. Tom, tell us a little bit more about like how, when did you start to write songs, all right? Like when did you, since like when you started to write music?
Yeah, it was probably around high school. I'm a drummer originally, and so I used to always be behind the band, and then I just got a bit bored of that and wanted to start writing. Like you say earlier, I was listening to John Mayer and just kind of felt like I want to do that. I'm definitely an overthinker, and so being able to write stuff kind of is helpful when you're that type of person. And so I just started from there. I brought a guitar and just watched like YouTube videos of like learning how to play Ben Howard songs, John Mayer songs, and then started writing my own stuff. And just kind of after school, coming into university, starting to get a bit more serious about putting stuff out there and gigging and really trying to like hone in on who, you know, what's my sound as an artist, what do I want to play like, and kind of exploring all of that, really.
Oh, amazing. To just listen to the best moments of our interview with Tom Featherstone, and you are hearing the second episode of Wrap Up, where we are doing a recap of the best moments of Season 3 of the B Nation podcast. Our season finale was huge, and we have exclusive guests, Raksu, your X Factor winners, and now they are independent artists. They came to the show to have a special chat and empower to everyone who wants to be part of the nation. Let's remember the best moments of the interview with Raksu. Yes, well, today on the B Nation podcast, on the last episode of Season 3, we are gonna close this spectacular season with some special guests that we invited them to the show. And we have Ashley, we have Miles, and we have Jamal. Raksu, how are you guys?
Hey, what's up?
Good, how are you? Thank you so much for coming to the B Nation podcast. It's an absolutely honor to have you guys here on the show. You guys have been together since you were like practically kids, and you have been releasing music since like 4 years ago, I believe. And I believe that now you guys are more stronger than ever because, you just released Girls Like You with Celine Sharma, and that we are gonna talk about that track later on. On the B Nation podcast, you know, we celebrate independent music. We help a lot of like independent artists that they want to, you know, like be heard in this tough tough industry and this difficult music industry, especially now with all the everything that is going around. Guys, you have been experiment success, you know? What would you be the main thing, the main advice that you can give to everyone who's listening right now and the show?
I think probably the best piece of advice we can give for others that are listening to the show is that always stay true to yourself, be yourself, and follow your gut instinct. At the end of the day, you know yourself better, and especially if you're in a band like us, we've known each other coming up to 19 years now. So we know each other the best, and we know what we kind of want to release, and obviously being independent controls that. We can control what we release, when we release, and the sound that we want to generate and release to fans. So yeah, just be true to yourself, just know what you want to do, and if you believe in what you want to do, then others will soon follow suit. That is
fantastic. I think that's the best advice ever, and I can actually say that I am completely agree with you. Guys, you produce, you write all your songs, you do absolutely everything, which is admiring. Let's talk right now with one of the songs that for me I really love, which is La Bomba. Let's start for that. La Bomba is a track that obviously you guys have a lot of have a lot of references in Latin music, relate to Latin music.
Porque nos encanta en Latinoamérica.
Muy bien. That's bueno. Eso es muy bueno. Well, I'm Spanish, by the way, so I'm actually from Madrid. So from Malaga.
All right. So we just love Latin music and just the culture out there. So quite early on, not deliberately, but when we were like finding beats that we were going to write to in the old days, we would gravitate towards beats that had influences from the Latin world. And on top of that, one of our good friends called Eddie Serrano, who we work with a lot as well, who's like right? The producer, he is from Puerto Rico. So again, he has that influence too. So between us all, it just, it comes out quite a lot when we write. We just really enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Do you speak Spanish, Ashley?
Un poco, aprendiendo.
So that's it. That's everything from me. Thank you so much to everyone who listened to this second episode of Wrap Up with a recap of Season 3. Join us on the third one where we are doing a recap of Seasons 4 and 5. My name is Miguel. This is the B Nation podcast where we are bringing you the best new music from around the world, which is great, but being kind is everything. Bye bye.